Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to address you today and to honor the energy community's 10th anniversary. Allow me very briefly to start speaking about my home country, Albania, because not only does Albania hold the energy community presidency, but it's a country where energy sector reform has taken center stage. For years, we lived with the residual that energy and electricity in particular were commodities provided by God to citizens for free. The results of this attitude, combined with mismanagement in the energy sector, were dramatic. The level of non-paid electricity and stolen electricity skyrocketed, which in turn brought state as well as private energy companies to the verge of dramatic bankruptcy. The risk of a system collapse, of blackouts, and of a financial mess for the whole country appeared very clear on the horizon. The economic and social consequences would have been devastating. And this is why when I took office in 2013, we made rebooting the energy sector a strategic priority. We knew this would force us to make very tough decisions, but we had no other choice. And so we started by settling a heritage dispute with the owner of our electricity distribution, a Czech investor, who has completely failed to stop what was supposed to stop when the privatization happened, and practically has transformed the company in the main obstacle to undertake further reforms. So the successful negotiations, with the very help of the energy community, mediated directly by the vice director, opened the path to go further with the reforms. And once we accomplished that, we could start move to restructuring and reconstructing of the energy sector, and got to manage a company with $1.1 billion US dollars debt. $1.1 billion US dollars debt accumulated from 2007. Or, to give you a clear idea, 7% of our GDP, because of yearly 50% theft and losses, technical losses, in a system where investments have been practically inexistent when it comes to distribution. And with the help of the energy community and of international financial institutions, we re-energized our energy company. And today I'm very proud to say that we are one of the first energy community countries to have adopted an electricity law realizing the EU's third energy package this year. And we're about to do the same in the areas of gas, renewable energy, and energy efficiency. We are very grateful to the Secretariat for providing us with very concrete and practical assistance in drafting these laws, as was done also for other countries. The energy community legal framework provided us the tools and concrete know-how to one of the most far-reaching and controversial reforms in Albania in recent years, a reform that I'm convinced will turn Albania's energy sector and its natural resources into an asset rather than a liability. Albania is the second richest country in hydropower potential after Norway, and Albania is a country that so far has been used to live with this potential as a burden and as a problem, not as a resource and as an asset. But it goes without saying that we still need the energy community's support. And in addition to energy sector reforms in line with EU rules and principles, another main objective of the energy community is to integrate regional markets. And it is common sense that Albania's hydropower, a clean but sometimes very capricious energy source, be complemented by Serbia's coal resources when necessary. An open energy market between countries in the region will not only improve our supply security, it will also make sure that we can provide the cheapest available energy and thus the best deal for all our customers. Unfortunately, vested interests and false dreams of energy autarky in all our countries have prevented, in the near past, that regional markets become a reality. And I am firmly convinced that we will have to take regional integration in the energy community as seriously as we take domestic reforms. And the regional integration in through the support of the energy community should be our common goal, because when it comes to the connectivity and to the road infrastructures and to other sectors that we need to develop, we are very much relying on EU funds, and we cannot do without. When it comes to integrating the market of energy, first and foremost, we can rely on our own will and on our own conviction that together we can only make better, and together we can not only have historical photos, which are, by the way, gone now, but we can really improve our economies. And I'm very happy to inform you that at today's Western Balkan Summit, not only did we agree on a list of 5 energy infrastructure projects crucial for the region, we also adopted a list of measures aimed at establishing a regional electricity market governance structure needed to maximize the region's potential. These measures include power exchanges, joint capacity allocation, and the regional balancing market. We'll do our utmost to implement these measures in the course of the next year. We'll do this in close coordination with one and the other, and of course, in close cooperation with the energy community. This will benefit customers and citizens in all our countries. The energy community founded in Athens in 2005 and associating the European Union and the countries of Southeast Europe was an energy union avant la lettre. The energy union is a vision for Europe's future energy integration. In the face of such volatile resource markets, climate change, and political instability, the European countries will have to collaborate more closely with each other to overcome our relative insignificance in an increasingly globalized energy world. These challenges do not stop at the borders of EU member states. They are truly pan-European. Building on our existing energy community, its unique set of institutions and procedures, and the experience gained over the last 10 years, the energy union must be comprised of member states and contracting parties alike and go beyond the current borders of the energy community. 10 years after the creation of the energy community and over 60 years after the start of the European integration process in the 1950s, it is time to revive the ideas of Robert Schuman and Jean Monnet, to apply them to one of the most crucial sectors, energy, and to unite wider Europe under the same values, principles, and rules. Creating energy connectivity within the Western Balkans is not only vital for our continued growth in our countries, but will aid the European Union's ongoing struggle for energy security. Thus, EU support for our region's concrete action plans for energy sector expansion and inter-regional connection should be of the highest priority. It is precisely due to a body like the energy community that when the Western Balkans are made to prosper, or when Greece, Serbia, Albania, or the EU prosper, the respective prosperity won by each is shared by all. As climate change is one of the permanent tests for our time, again, this quite hot space is a proof. Creating an energy union does not only offer a solution to energy security challenges, it offers a tremendous opportunity to mitigate climate change as a region. In view of the COP21 talks in Paris, the European Union should ensure the Western Balkans are part of the EU's action on climate change. Support by the European Union for the Western Balkans countries in reaching their climate change goals go a long way in signaling to the rest of the world that Europe will continue to lead on climate change policy. But the other way is showing something very different. If we are let alone in this struggle, which again is impossible to be dealt with our own means, then the moral high ground that Europe has so far on climate change is put in question. Integrating energy goes beyond efforts in the energy sectors alone. The energy community experience also shows that multilateral cooperation based on principles such fairness, transparency, and the rule of law enhances the stability for our relations in general. Through the day-to-day work of the energy community, an added value emerges which is rare in politics and a unique achievement by Europe. It's called solidarity and mutual trust and benefit. The future of the energy community will eventually exceed its current region. The accession of Ukraine, Moldova, and soon Georgia already testifies to that. In the Balkans, we will not look enviously at this broadening of the community, but proudly at having contributed to a better integration of the pan-European energy markets and systems. As today's summit, as well as Albania's experience show, this contribution is ongoing and matters more each and every day. The energy community will not lose its relevance in the next 10 years and beyond. On the contrary, and this is my firm conviction, but this is up to us, the countries of Europe, to take the commitments laid out under the treaty seriously, to channel its full potential, and to develop it further in accordance with the needs and the challenges we know we'll face in the future. For now, looking back at 10 successful years of the energy community, we should allow ourselves a moment of satisfaction and deserved, I believe, celebration. I would like to thank very much the Energy Community Secretariat and its director for hosting us in this beautiful library today and for continuing to press on all of us to fight together climate change. Thank you all for having come to today's celebration and for having worked so hard in the past to create this community. I wish the energy community continued success, long-lasting cooperation, and effective expansion in the future. Thank you very much.